Other interesting cultural news, you have a Netflix employee celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, causing people to cancel their Netflix subscription, which, how have people not done that already? You're spending a crap load of money for your mediocre content. We have free awesome content like The Topping Show on Rumble and the YouTube and Spotify and Apple Podcast for free or best offer. I'm kidding. You just pay me with a like. If you like the video, that's all I need. Or comment. Or tell your friends. Or an enemy. Your enemies might be so enamored and impressed by your choice in podcast material, your enemies then become your friends. Or they hate me so much that your enemies think you're terrible, and then they becomes a physical altercation. Either way, makes for a funny story. So why the heck not? Tell your enemies as well. Now, this is brought to us thanks to Matt Van Swol, who's responding to one of the Netflix employees. This Netflix employee credited to Libs of TikTok for finding this out. And she says, quote, "You'll never guess who the creator of the show is. His pronouns are he, they, LGBTQ blue sky fan who mocked Charlie Kirk's murder and called him a Nazi. Is anyone surprised?" And, interestingly enough, he does not have a cow ring, so you might not know he's a leftist right off the bat. He looks kind of androgynous, though. Now, he says, quote, and again, this is from his X profile, Blue Sky profile, I suppose. Oh, sorry, a little pop up there. Now he says, quote, "Why the F are you even commenting on this, dickhead? Bad grammar, also abomination." So his mind is rotten and his grammar, nevertheless. Now he says, quote, "Why the F are you even commenting on this, dickhead? You sympathy for any of the families being slaughtered by your ass, but a random Nazi gets shot in a public statement? You're an effing evil shit." Which is kind of par for the course, your average interaction on Blue Sky. And he is known as they, Einzer and Glad award-winning creator of Dead India and Netflix Dead End, Paranormal Park, Go Man, Volume 1 out of 125, living in London. Ugh. Now, Matt Van Swol responded saying, quote, "Just canceled my Netflix subscription. If you employ someone who celebrated the murder of Charlie Kirk and makes content that pushes pro-trans content on my kids, you'll never get a dime of my money. It's as simple as that." And he actually, when he canceled Netflix, they ask you, he said, other. And his reason he wrote in was, Hamish Steele celebrating Charlie Kirk's murder. And he got 8.5 million views and 42,000 likes. Reason number 9,738,435,007 do not pay for Netflix. Again, you're paying for crap you don't need, and you can't trust the content if you want your kids to watch because they put perverted things in front of their eyes. This is why I'm a big fan. If I ever am privileged to the point of having children in my life, they're not watching the Netflix or any streaming service for that matter. They'd be watching things like, well, might dust them off a little bit, but VHS tapes and DVDs. Because guess what? Not only do you own that versus subscription, you don't own anything. Not only do you own that actual media, but it cannot be altered, can be updated or perversed or destroyed. Also, more artistic, you can't destroy it, George Lucas. How many times is he going to edit the damn Star Wars things? Yeah, it's another annoyance for another time. But yeah, you own the material and you can preview the material to make sure it is child friendly, which Lord knows these days, you cannot trust any of these media companies to make anything child appropriate, obviously. And that's why I'm a big fan of physical media. You own it and you can actually preview it appropriately before you introduce it to your children. And it's not going to destroy their minds or destroy their innocence. And yeah, I can't believe anyone conservative is still paying for Netflix, but that's beyond me. And it makes sense. Got 8.5 million views as well as 42,000 likes. Oh, I thought it could be the one more to get to 43,000. One of the first comments comes to us thanks to Sean Hendricks. Simply says, "Done." And it's a screenshot of him canceling his Netflix. Matt Van Swol says, "This is the way." Getting 1.7 thousand likes. Nick Sorter brings up a good point. He says, quote, "Who actually watches Netflix at this point? It's a bunch of woke garbage. Is a bunch of chronically unemployed leftists in LA or something?" Getting 1.1 thousand likes. Yeah. Again, this is the streaming platform that had a video on children being it was one of the most inappropriate things about that could be done to children in the model. It's a terror. There's no, yeah, it's one of those immoral companies out there. I don't want to get into it. Also have Show Me the Data, showing their screenshot of their Netflix being canceled, getting 377 likes. Paul Zupa says, quote, "Can't wait to see Netflix stock tomorrow," getting 83 likes. American Pop Bear says, quote, "Everyone should cancel based on this and so many other issues with Netflix," getting 197 likes. 214 likes, going up like good stock. W.A. McCarthy screenshotted their reason as to why they canceled Netflix, and it says, quote, Netflix employees degrading Charlie, getting 1.1 thousand likes. Hood Flood says, canceled when they tried to do this crap, never touched it again. It's, yeah, that was a very inappropriate Netflix show called Cuties. And it's, yeah, very underage girls doing adult-themed things and being models. It is terrible. Getting 757 likes. You also have a screenshot from Andre Sardau. Says adios, and his screenshot is Netflix being canceled, getting 398 likes. Hamish the Nectar saying the same, getting 325 likes. D.A. Hank says done, says Hamish Steele celebrating Charlie, getting 309 likes. Let's see here. Raj simply says you don't get assassinated for lying. It's a picture of Charlie Kirk. So there's JFK, Martin Luther King Jr. getting 397 likes. Which, yeah, I don't know who's still paying for Netflix. I've never paid for it. Mr. Lee says canceled Netflix, gained 334 likes. I Love American News. It says, quote, Susan Rice and Obama's ruined Netflix. This picture of Mr. Bean, it says, Netflix waiting for the conflict to end so they can make a violent movie about a black Iranian guy who falls in love with a transgender Israeli soldier. Gained 323 likes. Let's see. A lot of people literally just typing the same thing, saying this is why they're canceling it. Raj also has a meme. It says, quote, we live in a time when intelligent people are being silenced so that stupid people will be offended, to gain 390 likes. Now, oh, what is this? Yeah, someone is obviously photoshopped of a picture of Netflix stock crashing, which again, I'm actually astonished how many conservative people still watch Netflix or pay for it. Again, a lot of people, again, it's anecdotally, scrolling down, it might be 100 people canceling. Realistically, I don't think that's enough where, I don't know if that's enough to actually have an impact on the stock price. I'm pretty skeptical when it comes to single variable analysis when it comes to stock price. A lot of things affect it. It goes up and down every single day. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Do you think there are enough people who will cancel Netflix because of this incident to actually have the stock be affected and their sales to go down? It's such a thing. And a lot of subscriptions are like this. It's so sticky. It's like there's a term in retail. When you buy it, you're just going to buy it again. And subscriptions are notorious for people will buy it and they forget to ever cancel it. There's a whole industry where you can actually pay someone to cancel that, which is kind of funny because that's a subscription for canceling subscriptions. Kind of a study. But nevertheless, it's an industry in and of itself. Maybe there's just a bunch of conservative folks who are still paying for it and not realizing it. Geez, Elizabeth Townsend says, quote, done. Remember since 2013, should have done this a long time ago. How much money did you piss away paying for this for over 10 years? I'm pretty damn frugal, I know. I mean, my media I just get for free on rumble.com or maybe the YouTube. Like, I can't imagine paying for media every month for 10 plus years. I mean, just, I'm so flabbergasted. I can just imagine how much money you lost. Like, what if you put in the S&P 500, or you could have invested that, because again, everything adds up to the aggregate and it grows over time. I mean, I can't imagine having so much disposable income that you have subscriptions personally. I am part of the 1%. Not fiscally, like I'm not rich. I'm part of the 1% of Americans who do not have Amazon Prime. I pride myself on that. I'm only kidding. Maybe I know not 99% of Americans have Amazon.com and their subscription there with the Prime. But let me know. Again, there's a lot of comments here about people screenshotting when they're canceling their subscriptions. And let me know, do you think there are enough people canceling where it could actually... Right here, I'm 1776. Perfectly encapsulates my ideal. He says, after Cuties, why the F would you still have a Netflix account? Getting 35 likes, which, exactly. That's why I'm kind of skeptical to think it would really actually have any impact on their business, but let me know your thoughts, because as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in today. Again, try to get to 6,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so you click that button. I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback. Let me know how I can show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone, everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.